Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update. And this is for Friday. This is the 23rd of November, 2018. Obviously the day after Thanksgiving, and the time right now about 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Well, the stock market down in very thin volume. Everything you look at, keep in the back of your mind the thin volume of trade. Remember, it's an abbreviated trading session today, which means by approximately noon, most of these markets will be through trading. You have a big break going in crude oil, and part of that is the fact that with the president, if you will, prodding the Saudis to not do a production cut, the market is starting to question if they're going to listen to the president and not do so, and the market is suddenly priced in a $4 drop. We know the freezing cold that you had in the East Coast. If you watch the Macy's parade and everything else, you saw those people freezing. You're up about 8 cents, but this market does not act like a market that's got legs to it any longer to the upside. It's going to need another blast of cold because that one's going to move out and things will moderate right afterwards. In the grain market, thin trade with the wheat getting a 7-cent bounce. I wonder how much of that is just the thinness. As you can see, in the Bitcoin, we went down to 40.85. The market's going to quit trading in that contract and we'll be moving to the next one, but it's still where the volume is. Dollar index today, big broad range. I think that's holiday type trade more than anything else. As you can see though, you're down in the euro, you're down in the Swissy. The Brits are getting a bit of a bid, and the reason for that is the conference on Sunday will move ahead and approve this contract or the treaty that it's proposing with the Brits. That doesn't mean it's going to make through the British Parliament. Spain is fighting. It'll not vote in favor of that unanimously. In other words, to get all 27 members to vote in the favor of the Brexit. And they could hold up the free trade clause down the road. But you've still got to prove that the Brits want to accept this deal. In the metal markets, it's getting to be time where we start moving away from the December contracts into the March, and I think you do that early next week. As for today's data, market U.S. preliminary November manufacturing sector, the PMI 55.4, they were expecting 55.5, and the prior report was 55.7, so slipping a little. And then if we take a look at the U.S. preliminary service sector, 54.4, they expected about that 54.3, and as you can see, the Eurozone economic data, well, that is down. We're down to 52.4 versus a 53, 51.5 versus a 52 for the flash manufacturing, and the service sector 53.1 versus 53.5. The biggest problem there is we know that the European Central Bank wants to cut back in the end of December their current bond buying program, their QE, if you will. And that presents a problem with the slowing economy, and then they think they can raise interest rates come the summer. Their numbers better pick up if that's exactly what the bank wants to do, because the data isn't warranting that just yet. With that, I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good morning. I'll see you this afternoon.